Welcome to this week's episode, The Power of Shunya, Quest for Zero. I'm Anupam Kher and I'm very excited to be with you for our special season finale. 15 weeks ago, we embarked on a quest across India to discover India's game changers, who have the power to shape our future. It's clear that eager visionaries across India believe in potential of Shunya. But how do we turn this potential into a movement, into a force to be reckoned with across India? Well, today we will discuss that. We will introduce Gaurav Kapoor, our host of the challenge for Zero on ET Now, who has been searching for the future Aryabhats and students visionaries across India who believe in power of Shunya. Today, Gaurav will speak with the CEOs, inventors, scientists and experts featured this season to discuss the season's most ingenious ideas and debate the way forward. What must we do to foster a culture powered by Shunya?
Hello and welcome. I'm Gaurav Kapoor and this is the very last mile of our quest for zero. Now, India is one of the world's largest economies, and yet some of the challenges that we face are very basic. Millions in our country live without electricity or access to safe drinking water. We have the highest number of malnutrition children under the age of 5, and we are also one of the countries to have the worst air pollution. Now, over the past 15 weeks, we've asked ourselves the same question again and again: can all of these be diminished to a zero? Zero hunger, zero infant deaths, zero carbon emissions perhaps. Now, these questions have resulted in a quest for answers that are grounded in cutting-edge science and innovation. And today, joining me in this finale are some of the best minds we have seen and heard during this journey. So let's meet our guests. Joining me first, my old friend, Dr. Homi Badwar, Director at DuPont Knowledge Center in Hyderabad. Now, he has held a number of technical and leadership roles in engineering, electronics, fluoroproducts, and central research and development. We also have with us Pulkit Gaur, founder of GridBots. If he and his company have their way, trust me, artificial intelligence would take over our lives. And there'd be a robot sitting here doing the show. But for now, he's just building robots with application in defense, space, nuclear, and industrial sectors. We also have Salim Mohammed joining us, the co-founder of Xcode Life Sciences, that enables people to take control of their lives by getting to know their DNA. It is the first of its kind in India to use genetic assessment as a basis to create personalized healthcare. We are also joined by Vikas Kasliwal, VC and CEO of Shriram Urban Infrastructure Limited, which is currently building India's first LEED Platinum certified green building, Palais Royal. Pardon my French. Now, before we proceed further, here's a look at what motivated us to revisit our legacy of scientific and innovative thinking.
With a legacy of science and a history of excellence. It was only apt that India was the birthplace of Aryabhat. A discoverer, a mathematician, a scientist and an innovator. Aryabhat's biggest contribution to the world was zero. What significance does zero have in modern India? As India's population expands, so do her challenges. India's infrastructure needs to double over the next 5 years. Food production needs to increase. We need to light up all remote areas. We need to protect our environment and provide affordable and quality healthcare to all. How do we harness the power of science and innovation to solve these modern-day challenges? How do we make sure India makes an imprint on the world and demolishes her challenges through sustainable thought and action?
Also, zero is not a bad word, as we've seen in the last few weeks. In fact, Homi, in this case, zero is, well, the hero.
Oh, I think zero is the aspiration, right? We are kind of starting with thinking about huge possibilities that we can actually overcome, that are challenges for us, and it aspires us to reach out there. So I think Shunya is an extraordinary concept in that sense, and it allows us to do things, heroic things perhaps, that we probably wouldn't otherwise.
The way I see the world, like where it's going, we do not have like resources, too many resources left to experiment with. So you have to be like conservative in approach from day one. And I think like that is something which should be in every innovator's mind, like saving the resources, saving the lives, and like boiling down everything to zero.
Yeah, Salim, that's interesting because that's what you're doing, right? You're like, enough, there's not too much left outside, let's find the answers inside us.
Yeah, actually I've always believed in dreaming big, because I think that's the way you have to have a mindset. I mean, at Xcode, what we do is we are trying to bring about a transformation in healthcare, and also contributing towards zero illnesses. Well, it's an aspiration, like Homi mentioned. It's a big dream, but I think we have to start somewhere.
Innovation and the great leap of technology and the mindset would be not to be constrained by the resources.
Yes.
So you have like air floating around freely. Or if you have space, the void of space, how do you use that? You never get constrained that I've got a finite amount of fossil fuel, I have a finite amount of water on the earth. How do I get new stuff in to deliver the same result? That's important.
India, right? We are, the word jugaad in India is, which I think is a bad word, but it's somehow become a glorified good word now. And we all do it. I think we're all guilty of it. I mean, you gentlemen a lot lesser than I am, but sort of guilty of it, of trying to find the eternal quick fix to problems. You people have taken the long road. It's the hard road. A lot of speed bumps.
If you start and you try to formulate the problem, you try to like model the problem, then you try to like try to bring the hypothesis and all that. So that's going to 50% of the people will not actually like attempt the problem then. So you need to start from somewhere. So that's the jugaad thing. So that's called jugaad. So just to like get started.
Yeah.
And then you probably can refine the model.
The real seed of the thought is very interesting. And I think that is what we have to treasure in jugaad in some ways, right? So you can't discard it. You can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You kind of have to keep some of the neat things, but you have to go beyond that.
We also have to build an ecosystem that is supportive of the innovation that is happening. For example, the role of incubators or the role of mentors in an idea, in an innovation. To take it to the next level. I think all this has to come together because that's when the innovation goes from jugaad stage to the next stage.
You have to change the mindset. Unfortunately, we do not celebrate our failures.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem.
Very interesting point that you say about failure and about celebrating and not be scared of it. There's an interesting philosophy in DuPont about this, isn't it?
Yeah, we like to celebrate our failures, and probably we don't do enough of it, but we want to create that culture.
The Harvard Business School, when I was studying there, we were told that the best managers are those who succeed 7 out of 10 times. You said it should not fail too often, but you should not succeed too often also. Because that means you're not taking any risk. If you're not taking any risk, you're not going to push the envelope.
But gentlemen, before we wrap this segment up, which industry do you think has the potential of reaching Shunya the fastest?
I see like one of the sectors is like nuclear. Because it's the futuristic technology. You are talking about nuclear energy, like one of the alternate options available. So you cannot actually like make a human work there because there is a certain amount of radiation you can take. So you cannot actually send a man inside. There is no possibility. So you have to work with machines. You have to work with intelligent robotic systems.
It's possible in healthcare too. I mean, we have seen it in the case of polio. That's a classical example. And in fact, now there's a lot of support system that's coming up for tuberculosis. I think we'll get there even in terms of health. We could get there in about 15-20 years.
Well, our guests are going to leave right now, so thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen. Homi's going to stay back, and we're going to have some more innovators, some more very fine minds joining us on the other side of this break. So please stay with us.
Can technology make us realize that millions of liters of industrial wastewater generated needn't really be wasted? Water recycling technology can help us reclaim and reuse it. It's ironic, isn't it? How a machine can see something we humans so conveniently miss at times.
Gift your family the best of Malaysia with a Thomas Cook holiday.
It takes decades of experience and pioneering innovation to put the very best investment choices at your fingertips, anywhere, anytime. ICICIdirect.com. Leadership at work. For you.
Hi, I'm Manohar. Watch me on Capgemini Super Techie Show Season 2. Find out how the Super Techies perform to conquer the actionable challenges.
Watch the 3 teams solve the AxoNoble challenge. Catch the Capgemini Super Techies Show Season 2 AxoNoble Special on TimesNow.
With HP Ink Advantage, we can print conveniently at home, whenever we like.
Help your child shine with affordable and convenient home printing from HP. SMS print to 56070.
तो हमारे हस्बैंड रोड एक्सीडेंट हुआ, दैट मीन्स उसका कुछ अनसेफ्टी थी, तो टाटा स्टील में मैं हस्बैंड का सर्विस हमें मिली है.
We were seeing women employees wearing the traditional sarees. That could lead to major injuries.
हम लोग टाटा स्टील में साड़ी से पैंट शर्ट में आना पहला लेडीज थे हम लोग. औरत सब कुछ कर सकती है.
My dentist says Colgate Total protects me for 12 hours from these 12 teeth and gum problems. I'm on a flight. Let's test it out. It's been 6 hours. Let's check the germ buildup in my mouth. It's quite low. It's been 12 hours. Let's check our mouths. Yours is quite high. And mine's still low. So Colgate Total is still protecting me from these 12 teeth and gum problems.
Colgate Total. Unbeatable complete protection.
One of the best ways to grow your business is with GoDaddy's Website Builder.
You can build a custom website in minutes.
Now that's fast.
In the time it takes to enjoy a cup of coffee.
You or your company can have your own website.
Cool.
GoDaddy Website Builder.
Get online.
Go mobile.
And never miss a customer.
Plus, you get award-winning customer service.
Get your domain name and website at GoDaddy.
It's go time. GoDaddy.
Welcome back. I'm Gaurav Kapoor and you're watching DuPont Presents The Power of Shunya, The Quest for Zero. Before the break, we took you through India's rich legacy of the scientific temper and examined the key challenges facing us. Well, over this session, we analyze how Shunya is not just a concept, but can and should be made into a culture that India can strive towards. Joining me now, along with Dr. Homi Vadwar, who's still here, continues to be a part of our discussion, is Mr. Ravi Pandit. He is the Chairman and Group CEO of KPIT Technologies Limited, which has come up with a revolutionary smart technology Revolo, which transforms cars into fuel-efficient vehicles. 30 to 40% reduction in emission. We'll talk about that in just a second. Also with us is Mr. Vikas Shah, the Chief Operating Officer of Water Health Private Limited, which efficiently purifies any source of water to WHO quality drinking water standards. And that's no easy task in a country like India, where more than half the people have no access to clean drinking water. And we also have Mr. Rajiv Karwal, who was part of our challenge jury. He's the CEO of Milagro Business and Knowledge Solutions, which pioneers solutions to address the problem of pollution and harnesses robots to do the task. There he is. So, gentlemen, let's quickly bring you in on the innovation of it, of the innovation question that we had asked at the end of the segment, the previous segment. Is that the only way out for India?